Thanks, everybody. This is what I want to talk about today. So I look and I say we're all salespeople, and I think we tend to make sales a little harder than it needs to be. Why? We spend too much time in our head. So today I just want to break down and say, here's 3 things that you can tackle today that will help you to sell something. Okay? Everybody's got goals. Everybody wants to sell something, but I want you to get out of your own way. Okay, can we all do a gut check moment real quick? There's a statement up here, and I want you to read it. You read it, go through. I'm excellent at handling prospects and converting them into customers. There's 3 things on the right side. Choose which one of those 3 is more applicable to you. The fact we're here means C should not matter, okay? You can't say it doesn't matter if I sell anything or not. So reading that, what is number 1? I can say that's my situation today. B says, I wish I could say it's my situation. So who here wishes that that was their situation? That they were really good at it? Be honest with yourself, right? It's a gut check moment. Thank you for being honest. Okay, who says A is my answer? I am really good. I knock it out the park all the time. Okay, if A is your answer, rate yourself on a 1 through 5. 1 being I'm pretty consistent and I can do it, or a 5 that says I need no help. I know it all. Okay? If you're a 5, go ahead and take a break. We're good. Nothing I say is going to help. Okay? Everybody else, I think this is going to be for you. So all I want you to do is we got to the point we have a baseline to start looking at. Here's the first thing, number 1, that you're going to put down there. I need you to change language. We talked about before that words matter. In sales, we tend to screw things up. I view sales as 2 things. The first thing I view sales as is it's your ability to give a prospect a logical explanation for their emotional decision. Okay? You want them to make an emotional decision. Think everybody, as you guys sell solar, I know there's a lot of automotive people. I love automotive. That's where I got a lot of my experience from. But I always think the person you're talking to owes grandma $5,000. Already borrowed it. Okay? Now you're going to tell them I need $5,000 down. I'm going to need that money. What explanation can you use for them so that they can go tell grandma why they didn't give it to her? Because you know she's watching every penny they spend. Okay? And in the automotive space, I always said, man, it's going to be really bad if you go put $5,000 down on a new car and you owe grandma $5,000. Because you pull up and she's like, where'd that come from? Okay? So give them that explanation. Okay? I have to have them there. I also want you guys to understand that what you say puts a picture in the head of the person you're talking to. Are you controlling that picture, or are you just throwing out words? Okay? I had a guy that when I was training, his team in the automotive space would get people to go through, find a vehicle, they'd go do their little walk around, but nobody took a test drive. And when I asked him, I said, could you show me what you're doing? Because statistically, this is so off. And he said, oh yeah, I'm going to tell you, it's a great thing. He goes over, pops the hood, says, sees the crumple zones? So when you get in an accident, this stuff's going to crumble up. It's got liquid-filled motor mounts. Why? Because the engine will fall to the ground instead of going in and crushing your feet. And he goes, and right now there's these little hooks up in the front. And those hooks cause the hood to bend instead of going through the windshield and cutting your wife's head off. Okay? I don't know what cars you guys are seeing, but you all just witnessed a whole bunch of really painful situations, and either a cripple or somebody's got no head, and he'd pop the trunk, and what would he say, just like in all the movies? You see that? You could put like 4 dead bodies in there. Okay? So now you go, does anybody want to go drive in the car where you lost your feet, your spouse is decapitated, and you have 4 dead bodies in your trunk? Couldn't you change it and say, look at that, a whole Costco run fits in there? Okay? All you guys are going, oh, Costco run, yeah, I know, I spend too much money there. You're all buying too much toilet paper based on what I see. So understand, you got to put the right picture in their head, which is coming with the outcome. When I put that statement up before, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. So those of you that went, yeah, I'm not really a 5, and I definitely go with letter B, who told you you were not the one that was excellent at it? You did. I didn't. Can you get your prospects to tell you they need you for themselves, not you going, You need it, right? No. You give them an outcome, they go, yeah, I don't have that. Whatever it is they're doing, okay? Here's some words. I'm going to be creative with my words. The ones on the left are for cheese dick salespeople, okay? These are the people we all make fun of because they're so busy trying to sell you something they forgot, and they use words. Does anybody have a cell phone with a contract? Right? What does that tell you? You're stuck with me for how long? Don't use it. Use an agreement, right? Down at the bottom. That one's going to be, change these words that come up. Don't, talk about value. Always talk about some. Don't go, most of my customers do this. I say, some of my customers find a lot of value in this. And as soon as I say that, I'm not saying most, because then they think you're lying. Because you're trying to oversell them on something. Did everybody get that? I'm not going to go through all of them. You guys got a life. So, everything is input. Your brain cannot process negatives. Okay? I'm going to tell everybody right now, do not think of a kitten right now. Okay? What's in everybody's head? And you all have a different looking kitten because it's based on your life, it's based on your experience. So you're putting out words to people, and everything is input, just like the body's in the trunk. So don't put it out that way so that the person gets to run free with their imagination and whatever happened with them. Put it in the right way. There's 2 words I want all of us to take out of our vocabulary today and going forward. Those 2, no problem. How many of us are guilty of saying it? Okay? So, no problem. Has anyone ever, and be honest, anyone ever told somebody no problem and the person looked at you and goes, are you sure? Tell me why their hand is up. Right? Right now they're like, I don't know what the heck you're stopping from happening, but I just got unconsciously uneasy about that. No problem. What do you have to have no problem? Looking at the picture on the right. You have to have a problem first. Okay? Now, there's only one fast food restaurant that we allow to take Sunday off. Okay? Chick-fil-A, right? Does Chick-fil-A ever say no problem? What are they known for saying? Why do you all know that? Because it's completely different than going to Jack in the Crack and the guy goes, no problem, pull to the window, right? The first time you went through and somebody said, oh, it's my pleasure, okay? The picture of pleasure, regardless of however many shades of gray you have in your head, okay, that word is a positive for people. So when you say my pleasure, so when you pick up the phone, I tell people all the time, thanks for calling, whatever it is, it's Joe speaking. I am happy to help you. And my tone and inflection delivers that. And then when they go, oh, really? Okay, I thought you were recording. I say, I'm just as real as you are. And they go, well, what about this? And I go, oh, it'll be my pleasure to assist you with this. As soon as I do that, there's no bad picture. They go, oh, I made Joe feel good. Okay, so then they feel good. You know, as soon as you help somebody else, you feel better. So I need everybody to lose that. So can we lose that? Let's change it with absolutely, certainly, of course, or my pleasure. That'll move it forward. I tell waitresses and waiters this all the time. I say, you want a better tip? And they go, oh, absolutely. I said, change everything you say to my pleasure, and everybody will feel better as you come up and they say thank you, and you go, my pleasure. They're like, oh, I'm a wonderful person. And they will tip you better, okay? Number 2, okay? We have been talking about matching and mirroring, correct? Okay? Everybody thinks of it as strictly the physical movements. For those of you that need more data other than the person goes like this, so then I go like this, right? It has to be done within 3 to 5 seconds. Before 3 seconds, I notice you're moving way too fast to copy me. After 5 seconds, I've paid attention enough to see you do it. So you need to understand, you need to match and mirror their physical movements, their posture, right? If somebody is sitting all laid out, you want to lean back. Okay, but what nobody ever tells you is that I also need you to match their volume in which they speak, okay, the speed at which they speak, and use their words back. Okay? Who is everybody's favorite person in the room? Themselves. So I want to hear things. So I hear sales prospects, they're sitting down talking to us, and they go, you know what? How many people heard somebody go, I need a fantastic deal? Right? They look at you, I need a fantastic deal. And some salespeople go, great deals is all I do. And I'm like, great means something different to other people. Fantastic meant something to the prospect. Now, I teach people all the time, what do you have to do, right? What I want you guys to learn is that I don't really care who you are as a person, okay? Your prospect doesn't care who you are as a person, okay, until they know you're relatable to them. So I want you to change any part of you so that you can be who that person needs you to be to buy from. Okay? Is anybody here over outgoing and loud? Team? Yeah. There we go. There we go. Okay? Now, is there some of us sitting here and going, are they screaming again? Right? Are they doing push-ups again? Right? They're giving energy to this room. Some of us sit here and go, no, stop. Okay, why do we do that? That's just not our trigger. But to the individuals, if you're more analytical, that analytical individual is going to sit there looking at you going, why are you so over the top? I need the data. I need other things to give me. So you have to deliver in their the presentation the way they need to see it. Anybody know somebody who talks fast? Okay? What have we been taught as a society about people that talk really fast? What is it? Liars. Yeah, they're liars. Where do we always hear something really fast? The end of a commercial. Blah, 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 blah. See dealer for details, you'll die after you take it. Right? All of those come up and you're like, wait, what was it? And as soon as we hear that little track that's going 3 times faster than the rest of the words, then we realize, guess what? Everything they said prior to that was a lie. So you have to pay attention to the speed at which people talk and listen to their cadence and listen to it so that because you need to match them. Okay? I will tell you, most people either talk at 30 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, or 70 miles an hour. How much of a conversation can a car going 70 miles an hour have with a car doing 30 miles an hour? Nothing. All they hear is, asshole, right, as they go by. And then I ask you, why is the Prius in the fast lane? Okay? You have to look and say, can I match their speed? Now, if you guys talk slow, okay, if you are a person who likes to talk slow and pace out what you're saying, and to you guys, you don't know you're doing it, right? You're like, that's how I talk. But those of us that talk faster are like, get to the point, hurry it up. And if I come at you and go, no, let me tell you what you got to do. You got to go through it, and you're like, okay, you're totally that cheese dick guy again, and I don't want to buy from you because I can only understand 3 words as you're talking. So you need to stop, pay attention to them. Just like my buddy Brian told you, when you're using facial stuff, you look at them, that helps you to make connection. If you're listening to them to say, what words are trigger points for you? Okay, what are you focused on pulling that word out of nowhere that meant something to you? And what pace are you at? All of a sudden, you become very, very attentive to the prospect. And they feel seen and heard. Okay, seen is good. We can all look in their direction, but we all know we can look at anything and zone out. So the prospect will feel it. I want you to pay attention to it. So as they're talking, you are literally paying attention to the cadence at which they speak. And you match them. Okay? So I'm not here to go political, but I will tell you Democrats have fantastic speech writers. Okay? And they understand you're going 30, you're going 50, you're going 70, and they coach their actual candidates to go in the cadence of 30, 50, 70. And if you go online and hear it, you'll look and go, great. Now, can a person who does 70 miles an hour talking, can they understand somebody doing 30? Yeah, they just don't think very highly of them. Okay? If they're doing 50, they can still understand them, okay? It works that way, but can a 30-mile-an-hour talker understand a 70? No. So if you listen to it, Democrats get up and they're like, this is what we want to do, blah, 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 and everybody's at 30 going, we get that, and then they speed it up a little bit, and they're like, blah, 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 and then at the end they put in something that only 70-mile-an-hours can hear. And they'll be like, no, 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 and we're going to charge more taxes. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you're like, that all goes really fast. And the 30-mile-an-hour talkers are going, that's energy. That was good. I like it. Okay? Now, if everybody understands a 30, now we've moved over to the Republican camp. And they go, listen, I don't care how you talk. You are going to talk in threes. So everyone understands you. Okay? And so now you go, my fellow Americans, we are faced with an enemy, right? They go in there, and so every time they get up to talk, you're like, geez, will you get this guy to hurry up and get through the conversation? Anybody at 30 miles an hour talking goes, I get you. I get you. But you lost 50s and 70s are like, please hurry up. Okay? So you guys need to stop and understand and adapt your way of speaking to that person. Can anybody see that's going to make you more deals? Right? Because you're not barreling right over somebody or boring them to sleep. Okay? Anything they say with a word that sounds interesting and you go, you picked up that one? Like I had somebody tell me, well, I'm going to need a significant discount if we're going to move forward. So I waited till later. You don't use it right back and go, of course, a significant discount. No, I looked at him and I said, okay, start talking. I go, well, look, if there's anybody out there in this business today that could afford to provide you with a significant discount, it would be me. Now, they don't know what the significant discount is, but I used their words back to them. They're like, you heard me, I get it, we move on, I get closer to a sale. Third thing. Okay, do we have men and women in the room? Choose who you want to be today, right? It's going to happen the way you want it. So, talking about shoulders, this is something I have to teach people, and it's going to help in every relationship you have that goes through. Shoulder position in talking to somebody. Okay, if you ever look at a group of guys, okay, everybody turn around and look over there at those guys over there. So they're not paying attention. We got to, shh, yeah. Okay, if you look over there, notice that none of them are squared up to each other. They all look like they can hold a 2x4 in their hands and only the ends will touch. They make some funky little star. So I'm going to sit like this. Of course, I'm above you. This is going to be awkward too. But this is not comfortable when I square my shoulders with him. What happens if two guys square up? Confrontation. It's go time. Okay? You can be sitting here, look over there and see two guys square up and you're like, they about to fight. They about to fight. Okay? Now, shoulders squared to a man is what? Confrontation or a challenge. Okay? Here's the part that bugs us all and hurts us, especially in negotiating a deal. What does it mean to women? It means honesty and openness. Okay? That's what. You got a ring? I'm checking you. Yeah. It's like, I'm still single. Yeah, I got it. Okay? So it means open and honest. If you ever pay attention, even they show you in Hollywood, in the movies, the little teenage girl gets her first kiss, grabs her friend, goes running upstairs, jumps on the bed. They sit Indian style, knee to knee, shoulder to shoulder. Tell me everything. Okay? I drove out from California over here to Vegas. I could have a guy in the car and never make eye contact all 4 hours back home. Okay? Guys, have you ever noticed that as the guy's driving, if the woman's in the passenger seat, for some reason this left knee comes up and turns to the center console? And they're looking at you and you don't really pay attention, but you're like, yes. And as you drive, you go, yes, babe, I get it. And you start turning this way. Why? You're picking up that she needs you to face her. So women, this is why when you walk up to the guy and go, hey, what are you doing with this, this, and this? He looks at you and goes, why are you coming at me? Why are you always attacking me? Okay? If you guys saw all the laughter up here, right? They're like, oh my gosh, that's what happens. Okay? So you need to be that way. Who else has shoulders? Prospects. Okay? So guys, when you go in there, if a guy is uncomfortable squaring his shoulders, he will naturally turn. When you sit across the woman who, let's be real, they're making the decision. Okay? Like I come from automotive, 90% of all cars registered in California have a woman's name on it. So when the guy goes, yes, I tell everybody, I'm the head of my household. My wife just happens to be the neck that gets to turn the head. Okay? So what I want you guys to remember is that I need to square myself with the woman. If I square up, she's going to be like, okay, you're being honest, you're being truthful. Okay? When I square up with the woman, I now have the man already at an angle to me and there is no confrontation. So when you sit across the table, I know a lot of women that go, I'm strong in sales, I'm strong with this. You're intimidating the heck out of the weaker guys to go with it. The stronger guys are looking at you going, why are you coming at me? I'll think about it, I'll do something else. Okay? So I need everybody to do that. So is that valuable? Everybody pay attention to it? Guys, when you're sitting across from the lady, okay, I have to tell myself, keep your shoulders straight, keep your shoulders straight, keep your shoulders. That's what's going on in my head. We're already talking other things when we're talking anyway, right? And I look over and I go, keep my shoulders straight, keep my shoulders straight, and you'll eventually get it. It'll eventually just stay there and become natural to you that comes in. Guys, go home, walk up to your woman, grab her by the shoulders, so when you hold her by the shoulders, you're already lined up, so you are the most beautiful creature I've ever seen in my life, and hold on. Because all of a sudden they go, what? Right? Because they haven't heard anything. You sit on the couch, yell at the TV to get the compliment to come back to her, and she's sitting there going, I don't get it. Is he talking to me, or is he in love with somebody on the TV? Okay? But that's how we do things. Okay, here's a bonus thing. Always text over making a call. Do we know why? Outbound telephone calls from an unknown number. Okay, if you're a millennial or younger, raise your hand if you answer unknown numbers on your phone. Okay, in the room, there's 20 of you. So if anybody was cold calling this list, we're not going to get through. It's 17% of people out there today, and the number is dwindling because the baby boomers are dwindling. Okay, they're like, maybe it's my grandchild from a number I didn't save, and they answer the phone, and you get to talk to them. So you don't want to if you text first, okay, play this game, go text a prospect, hi, this is Joe with so-and-so, and then call them. What pops up on their phone? Business to business, I would just go look and see the company directory and ask for somebody in that position. That'll get you around gatekeepers and what have you. Yeah, because that's the hardest part with the gatekeeper. I call in and go, I just got cut off with so-and-so. Can you put me back through? And they're going to go, oh, well, sure. And if you say it fast enough, they're like, well, yes. And they'll go transfer you right in. They don't call and go, hi, you got cut off from so-and-so, and I have them on the line. That doesn't happen, okay? But looking at it, all I want you guys to understand is that it's really important, okay? If you text first, what pops up on their phone? Maybe Joe. Okay, it goes from a 17% answer rate to a 41% answer rate. Would that change your business? Okay, so again, I want you guys I don't need you working 10 times harder. I need you to work a little smarter and then add your hard work to it, and we'll get the results, okay? One thing, how many people have like 500 prospects in their phone, stored in their phone? Okay, everybody, bing, all the hands pop up. Guess what? It doesn't matter if they're in your phone. I want to shift your mentality. What really matters? I have to be in your phone, so when you decide to take action, you don't have to try to find me and go, what was that guy's name? What was that? What was it? Right? If I was you guys, my first name in my contact for a customer to have would be my whole name, and the second name for your solar guys would be solar. If you're in the car business, it's whatever brand you're selling. Give them something that's a general encapsulation of you. And it's important to get in their phone. Okay, so I say you go to Canva, okay, and you can create a link page for free. You guys all have that link in bio kind of stuff. I use it a little different than most, but if everybody pull out their phone and open up their web browser, Android or other one. I'm going to be vicious right now for all you guys. Open it up. This is how easy I make it for people. Type in joescontact.com. And that will pop up to a digital business card that says on the left-hand side, save to phone. So now when I sit with people, I'm like, hey, joescontact.com, open it up. And then all of a sudden, I'm in your phone. You have the ability to text me, see all the links, see everything I want you to, sample trainings. All of that is on one page. So now I'm in the phone. So if you want to, just hit the button and exchange contact information back with me. But that would put me in yours. I'm the sales genius, so genius is in the name of the contact. So that way when they go, who's the genius dude? Do you remember that guy who was so cocky, thought of himself as a genius? Right? And you go, well, let me type in genius, you'll find it on the phone. Okay? So always use a URL to try to get yourself to somebody. So I will tell you, like, if I wanted to go, hey, you guys need to go check out my YouTube, it's joesyt.com. You want to go to Facebook, go to joesfb.com. Okay, joesigg.com. So when I'm talking to people, I don't have to actually help them do anything other than say, go check it out. Whatever you want to find of me, it says Joe's and then the letters after it. But you need to do that. Okay, this is the final one for you guys here. That's everything I have on the web. Thegeniuslinks.com. Why? Because that's easier than going www.http blah, 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 and the person's going, I have no idea what you said. But every one of you should have a URL pointed to something that you want somebody to see and make it as easy as possible. Okay? Anything else? Did we get some value? All right? And that's all I have. So please, go out and sell something. Thanks, everybody.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Joe Ingram!
Thank you.